Hello everyone, welcome back to the workshop. In this video we're going to be taking a look at another fundamental scroll, number 2, the snub in scroll. So the very first thing that we need to do is we need to upset the bar thickness, the parent bar thickness. We're going to start by dancing it on the anvil like you see here with a fairly long heat. And what this is going to do for us is this will thicken the bar up behind where we will actually put in the upset for the snub itself. This will help so this way it doesn't bend so much. Now we'll go to the vise. We're going to take a nice big clamp in the vise here, and you can't see it from this angle. I apologize about that, but I left about 1 inch of material sticking out. And now I'm driving that back into the vise. And there you have it. So what we're looking for is we're looking for an upset up to about the next size bar stock. So this particular bar stock we're working with 3/8. So I upsetted the bar itself to about 1/2 inch square. So now I'm knocking the corners off, and I'm dressing the swell into one plane. And now we'll set it down over the edge of the anvil and start radiusing this outside. That's kind of important to do that first and foremost. Now as you can see, we've got a little peak, and we're just going to hammer that peak off. Snub in scrolls are really attractive looking scroll, and they're fairly easy to do once you've got the hang of the hammer order that you're supposed to work with. So there we go. So once we've dressed the snub nice and round, we will heat this back up, and we are going to thin out the material now behind the snub. So we're going to get a really nice long heat on this, and we're going to draw out that material just behind the snub. You don't want to do this first before you while you're creating the snub on the end, otherwise you'll create yourself a cold shut. And that's not what we want. We want to have a nice rounded snub before we start doing this. Because what will happen is that snub will have a tendency to fold back in on itself, and then that will create a cold shut in it, and we do not want that. So again, we're going to thin down that area just behind the snub itself and taper it back into the parent bar stock. Again, this is a flat taper. This is not tapering to the thing. So in one direction, it is the original width of the bar stock, but we're tapering down in thickness. So now after you got that, we're going to stick it over the edge of the anvil and pay real close attention to what my hammer hand is doing and how I'm caressing and pushing more or less the material where I want the material to go. I'm never really hitting it in the same spot twice. That is really important, because if you keep hammering in one spot, you will develop a flat spot in the area that you've hit the most. So it's really imperative that you keep the hammer moving throughout this process. It's going to seem kind of annoying to some. It's a bunch of little tippity tip taps and things like that, but that is just the process of scroll making in general. Next heat, we took a much longer heat, and then we went ahead and scrolled that up as well. And you're going to keep doing this for how big of a scroll you want. You're going to take progressively longer and longer heats to get a nice even scroll. Once you've got that down pat, it's really not too difficult to create these scrolls of any kind. If you haven't watched the ribbon end scroll, the first part in this series, I suggest you do that. And then come back to this one. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and lob this thing off. Nice and easy peasy like you see there. And then you would just start your next snub end scroll that you need to make. And just keep practicing these. I suggest that you make about 10 of these and compare them. Your first one to your last one so you can see the progress that you have made. So we'll clean this up a little bit more, and that'll basically be it. So thank you all for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you want to comment, ask a question down below, please do so. And I invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, God bless you, and we will catch you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching.